So today I'm going to be training with this old contraption. This is Terry's wall exerciser, door exerciser. But it was invented by a company back in there years ago in 1800s. But it was developed more by Eugene Sandow when he came up with the body developer. And he got a chest expander kit that doubled as this. Yeah, and also a chest expander, you could do several stuff with it. So this is what I'm going to use today, yeah. Now, why is it so perfect to use at the stage where I'm at now, yeah? Because I'm practically like a beginner again, yeah. I'm coming off of injuries, I'm a bit out of shape, I'm a bit overweight, and I don't really feel like exerting my body too much. So these exercises are absolutely essential for beginners, and they're a must, yeah. Now what they do is they get your body used to your mind muscle control, they get your body used to moving, they get your flexibility back, but most important, they get blood flowing in the muscles, yeah? So you do get a little bit of a pump even if it's not brilliant, but sometimes it is. So off we go. I'm going to start with chest, and I'm just going to do forward thrusts in chest, yeah? So arms well back, so it stretches the shoulder joints and the capsules, and then we're pulling forward, just to there, yeah? This opens the chest and just gets some blood circulating. Sorry I hit the wall there. I don't mean I hit a training wall, I mean I hit the wall literally. Now if you hold your back leg properly on these, you get a really good dynamic stretch on the calf, and it does start to burn after a while. So on the next exercise, swap the bent leg so that you get the same on the other calf. And just keep going. You won't burn out on these, I doubt, but what you will do is you will get a nice blood flow, mind muscle connection going, and just get the body used to moving. So while we've got the apparatus there, I'm just going to move this camera because I'm too close to this wall here. I'm going to have to nip over here, I'm afraid to say, because I set it up on this side of the door so it don't bend the wood. If you set it up in the middle, you tend to bend wood on your door. That's better. So which leg were bent before? That one. So bend the opposite leg this time so that you stretch the opposite calf. Yep. Step forward so your arms are pulled well back and your chest is stretched, and then you can just come to there. I'm going to turn this way a bit because of the way the spring's facing. Make sure the spring passes into your neck and that allows full movement. And just concentrate on that flying movement and getting blood and stretch into that muscle. Now what you'll find is when you stretch back, your chest gets a really good feeling, and then when you stretch forward, your lats come into play. Yeah, so basically what these exercises are all about, people, especially for beginners, is finding out what trains what muscle, where to feel it, how it should feel, how it should flow. Yep. But it's also a fantastic rehabilitation tool. Yep. Sometimes training is not all about lifting heavy all the time, because you will still get something out of this. And remember, we're doing the compulsory workouts where we get at least something of the full body trained every single workout. That will only get harder as time goes on, and it will come into its own, that I'll guarantee that. And these will be like just bonus exercises, so not the major workout. The compulsory workout will become the major workout of this routine. And these will be just bonus exercises. Keep going. Notice I'm not counting reps and sets, I'm just going. Because I guarantee you won't burn out on these, you'll just think, I've had enough. But don't forget to bring your lats into play, your chest squeeze, and full stretch there in the joint, yeah, while getting muscle into that joint at full stretch. Now I'm getting warmed up, the stretch is getting bigger and better. Beautiful exercise that. Right, so the next exercise I like to call the striking exercise. You have your elbows well back, yep. Then you strike, yeah, so basically it's 1, 2. But have the elbows back, yeah, as far as you can. Put a twist in it for obliques. And the more effort you put in it, the more chest comes in. Definitely shoulders and definitely triceps. Now if you do it slow, it's more triceps. Yeah, it's more of a tricep workout. But the faster you go, the more delts and chest. Keep that constant tension on the spring at all times. That's what pulls your hand back, and that gets quite a nice, reasonable pump, especially in the delts, because you're keeping your delts up all the time. I'm going to just swap legs. Yeah, just get a good stretch on that other calf. Forearms are coming in now, yeah? Forearms are getting really tired. That's enough of them. If you want, you know, you can do sets and reps, but I find with pieces of equipment for like this, I don't think they were invented for that. I think they were invented to go from one to other, yeah, and just do as many as you possibly can. That's what I think anyway, and that's how I always use them, and I like to use them like that. I think that when you do reps and sets, they're too easy for that, and they're a bit boring for that, so I just like to crack from one exercise to another. Right, so we've got this one now. Turn to the side, left foot out. This arm just under your clavicle, shoulder bone, and this arm up here, yeah. And basically we're pulling to the groin there. And this really does resemble an old-fashioned cable, you know, the most muscular machine. Front lat, pull downs for chest, that's what it resembles. Relax that elbow down. Then we swap sides, so this arm goes just under the clavicle, right foot out, lean forward, get a bit of stretch on there and come to the groin. further out, get a bit of stretch on it. I actually did 25 on each side there, yeah, I was actually counting on that one, yeah. That was a good little exercise, that. It gets a nice little pump on your inner chest and your lower chest, and it also gets a nice lot of blood into your shoulder joint, and it stretches your joints out as well. But not under pressure like with weights. It's a really nice pressure. So if you're coming off an injury like me and you're rehabilitating yourself and you're starting from scratch again, this is the perfect machine for you, yeah. Get one. It is absolutely perfect for beginners, yeah. It's also perfect for intermediates, it's also perfect for people that have been training for donkey's years, yeah. Just for those workouts where they just want something different, but they still want to move, and they still want to get a lot of blood in there, yeah, and they still want to train. Right, so we're going to just change position slightly on this now. We're going to still hold this to the front, but we're going to pull this to the back, yeah, and this will train lats. So, lead leg out, pull to the back. Now what that trains is all, trains your lats, but it also trains all those weak muscles behind your shoulder, the little ones. It's quite a good exercise actually, surprisingly really good. So we're pulling down to there. Now this is my bad shoulder. So this should be fun. And already I can feel that weakness. Yeah, now as well as training lats, that exercise resembles doing the shoulder lat raises, but the other way around. So instead of forcing a dumbbell up, you're pulling something down. So it trains the muscles, but in reverse, and it really is good, especially for injury. So this exercise is a chest deepening exercise, and how you've got to approach the machine is, you've got to hold it from here, like that. So grab it like that. So the springs under your arms, right? Don't grab it the other way. So what we're going to do, we're going to step forward, allow the spring to pull his arms right back, and we're going to pull to there, and then we're going to pull to there, hold for a couple of seconds, and then go back. As far as you can without bending your elbows, so you get full stretch. Now what this exercise does, it pulls all your joints into position where they should really go. Yeah, I felt it on that old injured shoulder, to be honest with you, a little bit. But it kind of, as you're under load, stretches you nice and easy, yeah, and gets you into a nice stretch. But also, it puts a load on your chest, and that load doesn't end. It keeps going throughout the exercise, so it does get quite difficult, believe it or not. It's a really, really good chest and shoulder exercise, that. Right, unfortunately I'm going to turn my back to your camera, but I'm going to do triceps now. So you hold it as if you're going to do a curl, arm grip up, yep, and then you step back, and you can do one hand or two, and you literally squeeze your triceps back as far as you can, like that, and then let them back up, squeeze. And that right there is a really, really, really good tricep exercise. Yeah, I felt that. I felt it in the triceps, I felt the stretch in the chest, I felt it also in the deltoids as well, yeah. But mainly in the triceps as I pulled back, it was quite a nice feeling, really nice feeling. And because you've already pre-exhausted certain muscles, yeah, you do start to feel this now, believe it or not. You do actually start to feel, you know, some progression and a pump. It's nice, but it's not too hard, it's not too in your face, yeah. So like I said earlier, it's good for beginners, it's good for coming off injuries. Right, so for this exercise, I'll have my back to you again, I'm afraid, but I'm basically curling. Yeah, that's it. Just a basic curl. So we get an underarm grip, get a little bit of flex on the spring, and pull to the cheeks. You're aiming for top of your shoulders. A big squeeze and out, full stretch. Try and get your elbows high. And again, like before, because you're already pre-exhausting certain muscle groups, you really, really do feel that, yeah. And we're now starting to get some pumps, yeah. There, in there, yeah. Right, this next exercise is a very easy exercise to get wrong, yeah, because people forget what they're training, they end up training shoulders. It's your spinous erector, it's these things here that you're training. So we're going to bend down with the springs, and then when we pull up, the arms are just holding the springs, we're going to pull back with the spinous erector only, yeah. If we start seeing this sort of movement, yeah, then we're pulling back with the shoulders, and that's what we don't want. We're training these columns here. So it's like I say, it's a very easy exercise to get wrong. So basically, arms relaxed, bend down to try and touch the toes, come up, bend the back. The shoulders follow. And as you get more warmed up, you get further down, further back. And you really, really do feel it on those columns at the bottom of your back. If you don't, you're not doing it right. Obviously it brings some shoulder into it. And it also irons out problems, because I've got a problem right on my left side, and this exercise brings it out, and it shows me that I'm out of line. Somewhere up this left side my body's out of line, and that exercise pointed that out really badly because I was struggling with the left side. It was weird, but it's a really good exercise. But what you got to remember throughout, like I said earlier, is you're training this, so you're trying to squeeze out with your back. Yeah, really good exercise actually. I really enjoyed it. Right, this next exercise is an exterior oblique exercise, yeah. So basically, I'll show you from front. You've got your arms like that, and you turn, pull your arm out that way, and then come back. Turn, pull your arm out that way, and then come back. Your feet stay forward, and only your torso moves. Yeah, so that's the idea. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. So, feet together and forward, elbows there, and when you turn, pull the arm round, look over that shoulder, turn back, and then you turn, pull that arm round, look over that shoulder, turn back, and keep going. Now what this does, it's a very, very good exercise actually. It tightens all those muscles in the hip and groin, and all the muscles at the bottom of your abdomen and your obliques. You really, really can feel it. It's a very, very subtle feeling, but I'll bet you any money you'll feel it in the morning. And it's a very, very safe abdominal exercise to do. Another really surprisingly good old school exercise, yeah, very good. But like I said earlier on in this video, yeah, this is excellent for beginners, it's excellent for intermediates who want to do something a little bit different for a change on your light days, and it's also excellent for people like me coming out of injury, put a bit of pork on you, got a bit out of shape, excellent. Now what I'm not doing with these exercises, but I will do on this one, is in the book it tells you that when you get into the position you hold it for 4 seconds and then return, right? I'm not doing that today because I just want to get some blood into the joints and get fluid. But what I'm going to do on this one, I'm going to do it to the book and I'm going to hold for 4 seconds just to see how it feels, yeah? Probably make it even worse. So this is for rear delts. So basically, you can see me, we're just like pulling out, hold, and back. Now if you want to do it like that, that 4-second hold makes all the difference in the world, yeah. It really, really hurts, yeah. It's very, very good. That is a really, really excellent exercise, that. Fantastic. Right, so this is supposed to be a lat exercise, and for this one I've got to squat down more than you normally would, just because I ain't got the room to stand really back. So basically it's one leg in front of the other, slightly forward, hold the apparatus with the underarm grip and pull down and back, and that's it, yeah. And then back to the starting position. So off I go, yeah. But I am going to have to squat down in a funny old way, just because of distance, just so I can get some tension on this spring. So I'm going to squat down there, yep, and pull that way. I'm doing the 4-second hold, just to see what that feels like. That's a really good exercise, that. It did all these muscles under there, did the lats, got the triceps involved, yeah, got the spinous erector involved, even got the chest involved, yeah. Nice full body workout, even though in the book it just says it's for latissimus. It actually does bring a lot of other muscles into play as well. I like that one. That was a really good exercise. So now we're going to get the abdominals involved. So we're going to hold the piece of equipment behind his head like that, and we're literally going to bend down using his abdoms. So we've got it there, just behind his head. This shoulder's tightened up a little bit, unfortunately, caused me a bit of grief. So we're stiff-legged, off we go, down. Nice. Right, so now we've moved the equipment to the bottom of the door, near the hinge, so there's no fear of the door coming open, and not near the middle, so there's no fear of the door bowing. And on my door it locks, so it's even better. Now we're going to do an old favourite, everybody should recognise it. So grab one spring behind your back, the other spring here, and we're going to pull up to there, yeah. Now these are really difficult, believe it or not, for me, just because of that injury. So put the lead foot facing outwards, bend the knee slightly so you can get a bit of torque, and off we go. there's nowhere to hide on that. Literally nowhere to hide. So this arm behind there now, and this arm, this foot forward and out, and this arm up. That's a really good exercise for shoulders because there's no momentum involved. You have to literally glide from A to B. Yeah, there's no swinging, and that's just because the pressure's on all the time, so it enables you to do that exercise correctly. Yeah, that's another very good exercise from an old piece of old school equipment. So this exercise is for anterior deltoids, and now you do it. You've got one leg forward, knee bent. Yeah, you start with the arms there, and you pull both springs to the top there, yeah, all for 4 seconds and back down to start. Excuse my back being to you people, can't help it. So, off we go. Right, this is really difficult. Right, it's quite embarrassing actually. That one is too difficult for me because of this old injury here. It's just too difficult to get that weight up there because there's no power in the shoulder, which is actually surprising. So it's no big loss. You can jump onto your resistance bands with a lighter weight for that. I'm just going to try a couple more, see if I can do them, just for posterity or whatever you call it. Yeah, let's have a look. You see this shoulder, no problem. This shoulder, problem. It can't pull it. So, I'm going to have to assist it. So I'm holding both straps now, so that the other shoulder assists this shoulder. Off we go. No, it's not having it, no. That's how weak this has become, yeah. So there's a lot of training ahead to get this back up to par, yeah. Right, next exercise. Another one that's going to prove difficult for me because of the shoulder injury. Everything below the door seems difficult for my injured shoulder for some reason, so it just must be the mechanics of it, but when I hold it in the backward position there, it really is uncomfortable. So, foot forward, palms upwards, behind your back, yeah, and we circle out and up there, yeah. 1, and back to start. 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know why I've suddenly started counting. 5. Let's hold this last one. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and back. Now what that exercise does, it forces your shoulder sockets to move in a wide range, but whilst under load of the spring. And what that did to this shoulder here, it popped it, which I didn't like, but it kind of popped it backwards, yeah. Because anybody out there that don't quite know that my shoulder's injured, you should do by now. But yeah, it's an unstable joint, I've sussed that out that much, yeah, it's unstable and it can get pulled from pillar to post until I strengthen it up, and that exercise revealed that instability, and so did the other one before that, yeah. So I've got to be careful. Right, so ever since I bought this piece of kit, I've had a short spring there and a long spring, and I've always wondered why you need a short spring and a long spring. Well, I've just found out on this next exercise, because it's a squat exercise, and when you stand up the short spring's too short. So I've put the long spring on now, and we're going to do a full body exercise. So it's squatting down and standing up on tippy toes. Yeah, you step quite far away from it, and then you come down on your tippy toes, leaning forward, and then when you stand up, you stand straight up, stay on your toes. Oh! And it pulls you back. It forces you back onto your feet. It takes a bit of getting used to. I'm going to have to go back on my feet when I stand up, I'm afraid. So tiptoes and squat up on my feet until I get used to it. Good exercise. It pulls your shoulder blades back, trains your shoulders, trains your core, your stability, your cognitive, whatever they call it. Yeah, you tell me. Trains all that. And gets the blood flowing. Brilliant. Oh, that's enough of that, yeah. That was a very surprising, good exercise routine. I really enjoyed it, yeah. And got a bit of sweat on, got a bit of pump on, yeah. Got some shoulder definition out of it. Yeah, this old school stuff, it's no joke. When they put these routines together and they made these pieces of kit, they know what we're doing. That's sweat. Saying that, it is the warmest day of the year. Keep training.